We say a lot of times, and I feel like this happens so often, that a lot of movies have so many missed opportunities. But I feel like there's not a bigger missed opportunity than 2015's Fantastic Four. This movie had so much potential. From its younger cast to even it had a good start, and then it just devolves so goddamn quickly. I liked a lot of the feeling of this movie. This movie's terrible. Getting it out of the way. This movie's terrible. But it started off well. The dynamics between the characters I did enjoy for what it should have been and what the potential it had. I mean, the cast has great chemistry with each other. But this is the worst writing and worst directing I've seen in a long time. And I have to say this. Fuck you, Edward, for making me watch this movie. I said I was never going to watch it, but fuck this movie so much. But I had such low expectations that I was a little bit surprised at the beginning of the movie when I enjoyed parts of it. I liked seeing Ben and Reed together as young kids. I thought that was very well done. And again, the chemistry was really good. Like I liked Johnny being more rebellious than hot-headed, but I liked when he was eventually brought in. He was a team member. He really enjoyed the engineering, and he actually had a reason to be there as being an engineer rather than just, hey, want to come along? I like how they continue to make Susan more of a scientist than just Reed's wife. And I liked how she's more in pattern recognition because pattern recognition is so fucking cool. I love pattern recognition so much. I like the actor they got Reed. I like Miles Teller a lot. I think he's a good younger Reed Richards. And I really hope we see him as the maker in the MCU. I'm still hoping for that. I think that'll be really well done. I really hope we see Ewan Griffin and Miles Teller in the Council of Reeds. I think it just makes sense. The actor that got to play Ben Grimm, I think, did a good job being Reed's friend. I think as the Thing, he did a good job, not necessarily great. I think after that, there's just a lot of shit in this movie.
Yeah, this movie fucking sucks, dude. Fucking hate this movie. And I'll take the fuck you. I'll take that loss, but also fuck you because he made me watch Catwoman, and that fucking movie, fuck that movie, man. There were different iterations that they were throwing out there. I remember at one point, and that did kind of get me excited. This was when Marvel was, pretty much in their heyday. This is 2012, 2013. And so they had this idea like, all right, to compete with Marvel, let's just throw it out there. Let's just fucking get X-Men versus Fantastic Four. And I was like, I could see that. I could fucking see that. Particularly because, X-Men First Class and Days of Future Past and shit like that. I was like, I can get behind that. Couldn't really work it out, and they were like, I know that this is something that you see as memes and shit like that, but they actually threw the idea out there of much younger Fantastic Four. So of course, the fucking internet, we're all like, baby Fantastic Four. We're gonna hit you guys with a really younger cast. We're going like teen years, and I just was like, fuck me sideways. I don't want to see the fucking Fantastic Four in high school. It's just there's a very cool X-Men show when they're all in high school. I
I love
don't
that
need
show.
that from the Fantastic. Fuck yeah. I don't need that from the Fantastic Four. Miles Teller is a good actor, but I fucking hated him as Reed Richards. He doesn't click. I'm sorry. It just doesn't work. Do I want to see him as the maker? Yeah, sure, of course. But for nostalgic reasons and to give him the chance as Channing Tatum and, fucking the Ryan Reynolds to get something he liked right. But I didn't like him as Reed. I did like what Griff said. At the beginning, we see young Reed Richards, very young Reed Richards. He's a smart ass kid. I love that part. It's the only part because he's in school and his teacher's being a complete dick face. And Reed's like trying to tell him some intelligent shit. And he's like, no, I just want like cardboard boxes and fucking, just regular.
Volcanoes.
We've all been there. Yeah, fucking volcanoes for a science project. It's like, God damn it, man. I'm trying to teach you some scientific shit here, teacher. And the only kid that fucking gets it in the whole classroom, because the other ones are like eating their boogers, they're looking out the fucking window, is Ben. And I like that. And I don't know how I feel about Ben living in the fucking junkyard essentially, but Reed going in there to steal some power converters or some shit like that. They become buddies and he takes him over to his house and they fucking almost blow up the city with the
Makes
fucking
sense.
wormhole. I like that because I'm like, okay, I get the science behind this shit. Reed's dad not knowing what Reed's doing and being a dick and just grounding him for it. I like that. I also like the dynamic when we get in the follow-up scene where they're like fucking seniors in high school. They look like fucking they're in college, man. They don't look like fucking seniors in high school, which yeah, it takes
Especially
me
since
back to my
every kid
issue.
around them is
Yeah, it looks so
small and they,
small. I'm
they
like,
are
God
high
damn it, man.
schoolers.
You guys are fucking pedophiles. Miles Teller did not look like he was fucking 18. There's no fucking way. No one on earth can convince me of that. Especially, as Griff said, you got fucking 15 and 16-year-olds walking around. You got these two ass wipes. But again, I like it because they got this super cool fucking science project that they've been working on for fucking years.
That works.
They got the same goddamn teacher being a complete dickhead, and he's like, nope, you're doing magic. I'm like, what the fuck are you? How's that magic? What part of the electronic components, the fucking engineering behind any of that was magical? But it does prove the point that to very fucking ignorant people, science does seem like fucking magic. I did like that. And he even tells him, he's like, you're paying for that shit you broke. I'm like, what? I like that part. Susan and her dad show up and they're like, yeah, we're gonna take you to the Baxter building and you guys, I'm gonna fix you up with a lab and blah blah blah. The whole time I'm thinking, yeah, Ben's along for the ride. But it okay, so this movie does do this right. There's no fucking reason why Ben should have been there. And I like the fact that the movie acknowledged that he's not a scientist, he's not yet a fucking Air Force pilot. So he can't go. Like, what the hell's he gonna be doing there? Like holding
Hmm.
Reed's hand? All right. I do like the fact that Susan is a scientist, but I hate the fact that she, oh, God damn that every time this bitch puts on her fucking earphones, I want to punch her in the face. I know I'm like checking the waves and all that shit, but it's just
It just helps you concentrate. I get that. I get
fuck
listening to
that.
music helps you
That was
concentrate. I
so
understand.
that was so
The way they
lame.
did it is
The way she
cringy.
just
I do agree.
ignores, like Reed's like trying to like ask her out for it. He doesn't come out and say, "Hey, you're good looking. Hey, can I buy you a drink or anything like that?" But he's trying to talk to her. This bitch is just like, "Huh? What?" Also reads a dumbass. Like if I would have seen her with her AirPods or headphones at the time, I wouldn't have spoken to her. And I'd
Yeah.
be like, "This bitch is ignoring me. Fuck her. She can't be the only chick in the entire goddamn building." I do like the fact that Johnny's brought on for a very specific reason because not just because we need to have the fucking four of them together. I fucking hate Victor in this. God damn it, I hate Victor in this fucking movie. The thing that Reed solves, he thought of in the first place, which makes sense because
Yeah.
again, fuck you guys. Reed is Victor is smarter than Reed, 100%. But he's off like in fucking emo land, just like sitting there, just like blogging and like looking at weird shit. His room is a goddamn seriously. What in the fuck? He lives also like in a junkyard. It's all dark in his fucking room. There's like a cape on the floor. Fuck that dude, man. He's got this weird like I don't even know what that is. Fuck that guy. Yes, he's from Latveria. I do like that Johnny fucks with him and tells him, "Hey Hitler" or "Hey Adolf." And I do like Victor's comeback saying, "Dude, I'm not German. What the fuck are you talking about?" Like I'm the, but that would be the something Johnny does.
Hmm.
They don't fucking go to space in this goddamn movie. They go to some planet zero. It's a fucking other dimension, which
I'm
I
okay with.
okay. I'm I can try to okay kind of get behind that, but why you have to have Victor there when the Fantastic Four get their powers? This is the second fucking time that Fox does this. He doesn't need to be there. He doesn't need to get his fucking powers when these asswipes get their powers. And again, God damn it. Just get it right. Scientific brilliant mind and fucking magical powers. Not whatever the fuck this is. This is even, I think this is worse than fucking Palpatine electricity.
No, I don't think so. He's psychotic.
He's got like psionic fucking powers and he just drops people dead and he glows green for some fucking reason. All right.
He glows green because of the planet, so I get that makes sense.
Fuck that.
But I do
Does
agree.
Superman fucking glow green because of Krypton?
Well, no, but
God damn
he's
it.
absorbing the ooze on the planet that glows green. It has this bioluminescence. He's
All
absorbing
right,
that
I'll
for a
buy into
solid
that.
year, and it's
I'll
seeping
buy
into
into
his
that shit.
suit. I get that. It
Let's
looks
let's
dumb,
let, let's
but
say I buy into this shit. So
okay.
they they built this thing, Reed's being a dick, Victor's
Drunk.
being a dick, which I like that.
Yeah,
I do like that. So I don't like the fact that it's over Susan though. I'm like
it's always
Reed
over Susan
Vic,
for some reason.
I Victor doesn't like the fact that Reed shows up and essentially solves what he stopped working on. But they make it seem like he stopped working on it not because he couldn't solve it, but because,
He got fired.
oh, you guys are being dicks and don't let me do what I want to do. That's
Yeah.
fucking stupid. So okay, so they get together and they start working on this fucking project. Victor immediately starts being a dick. Reed tries to reach over and shake his hand. Victor's like reading the room, is like, fuck this dude. He's like now nailing the chick that I wanted to nail, but never really got there. Also, makes no goddamn sense. Victor's clearly smoother than fucking Reed, so he, by all chance, he should have been nailing that. Just never got to it. Susan's dad's like soft on Reed, but also softer on fucking Victor. He's just like, I just hope one of these dudes like nails my daughter. I don't. It's fucking weird. So they start working on this fucking project. Johnny's engineering, working with Victor, working with his sister, working with fucking Reed. Ben's over there playing fucking baseball off screen. No one gives a single fuck about the dude. This movie gets hate for some shit it needs to not get hate for. And what it should get hate for, it doesn't. So there's a scene, Jeremy, right there, dude. Sit on it. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. There's a scene where they're working Reed and fucking Victor side by side, and Victor sees a calculation that Reed did, and he goes and corrects it. That proves my point. That would happen. Then they get the shit together and they they test it out. They send a monkey, comes back, everything's good. Then the government comes in and fucking the leader from fucking the Hulk is like, yeah, you guys are fucking out of your project. The project you helped develop, we're gonna get
That
NASA
makes
involved. And of
sense
course,
though.
that does make
It
sense.
makes so much sense.
I'm not I don't hate that.
Okay,
That's
okay.
exactly what the government would do. And then these guys do exactly what normal people would do. They'd be like, whoa, 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 fuck you in your ass with the stick. We designed this, we built it, we should go. And they do what fucking apparently teenagers would do. They start drinking and they're like, yeah, you know what? Seriously, this government guy, fuck him. Why don't we go? So they start having a couple of drinks because they're pissed off because the government wants to take their project and send fucking astronauts in there, which is what they should have fucking done in Armageddon, but fucking Michael Bay, but whatever. And they get drunk off this one little flask, which is weird. And they're like, yeah, fuck this, we're going. Reed, this one of the smartest men in the Marvel universe, decides to call his buddy who has no scientific background whatsoever. It's like, dude, I need you to come on. It's like when you're drunk and you tell your boy, dude, you're coming with. Let's roll.
Also, why do you need
Ben
four
agrees.
people? You don't need four
I
people.
don't. Ben, I know they send one monkey. Ben agrees. It's like, yeah, sure, zap me into another fucking dimension. I may never come back, but fuck it, let's do it. Let's. And he's not drunk, so that makes no goddamn sense. They get in this fucking machine. They all go. That planet looks like shit. Ben is like, guys, I don't know, man. Maybe we should fucking get out of here. Even Johnny, who's an engineer, is like, yeah, fuck this place, man. Let's I think the booze is wearing out. Let's go. Doom is like, let's head over to that green shit and see what that's about. Johnny's like, I'm staying fucking right here. You guys can go. These three dickheads climb all the way down. First of all, I would have seen that climb and been like, yeah, you know what? Fuck, let NASA do this shit, man. They head out there. Of course, shit starts because Victor, who's smarter than Reed, decides to put his fucking hand in the green shit, not knowing what kind of substance it is. Shit explodes, starts getting everywhere. The planet starts going to shit. They head back to the ship, I guess, if you will. Victor gets essentially lost in fucking space or planet zero. They leave him there. That his suit starts like eating at him. They get back, fast forward fucking year later, Ben gets turned into the fucking thing. He hates Reed because Reed takes off. And his suit is the stupidest shit ever. Susan, Johnny, and fucking Ben are like being used as, as the military would. Let's just get them out, kill terrorists and shit, fight our enemies. Ben's naked. Ben's, I see Ben junk. Why is he fucking naked, Fox? Why? He's just big and really rocky looking. And when he's running through like the woods and like Afghanistan or wherever the fuck they are, and he's like, just putting it to the terrorists, the whole time I'm just like, yeah, this motherfucker's just running around naked. It's not, I don't need, I just don't need it. It's fucking weird. Also, he looks stupid as fuck. CGI in this movie, particularly for Ben, what the fuck? Johnny's like, I get Johnny. Johnny'd be like, yeah, fuck this. This is cool, man. I get to fly. I get to flame on. And he, his dad's like, they're using you. And his sister's like, yeah, they're using us. And he's like, I don't care. No, I'm using them, bitch. Which he's not, because
It's the
dumbass.
U.S. government.
Exactly. Victor's out there in a fucking coma again.
He's
But
not in a
like
coma.
for an entire year, he was out there like in a
Oh
coma.
yeah, he's
And
not
then
in a
like
coma.
when
He's
they,
he's just living out there absorbing more green goo.
it's stupid as fuck. They capture Reed. They get I get what Ben would be upset with Reed, um, because he took off. This time he really just left for like a fucking year. He didn't even try to like. He's out there working on a cure. He's living God knows where the fuck. His face is so he can. I that I'm not too upset with. Then they get Ben to like, hey, we need to go capture him. Susan cracks the code on how to like, and how she cracks it. I swear to God, fuck this movie. She finds Captain Nemo. Fuck this movie to the goddamn ground. Jesus Christ. It took her a year to figure that shit out.
Well, it took her a day to figure that out. She wasn't on. She
Fuck
wasn't on
this
that
movie.
team. It still sucks.
Well, it took a year for her dad to be like, "Hey, Susan, can you find him?" What? Fuck you, man. Fuck this movie, and fuck how she figures it out too. That's
Yeah, that part sucks.
don't even try to explain the fucking science
No.
behind that to me. So they go get him, they capture him, and then they get Reed. They're like, "Hey, we need you to work on that." So Reed agrees to do it only so they could fix themselves. And when they do it, of course they find fucking Doom and they bring him back. And then the leader from the Hulk is like, I want to interview him. I was like, yeah, you're dead. You're fucking dead. Doom is wearing a trash bag and his suit has melted into him. Why? Just fucking why? Why is that the one they've gotten the Joker right? Apparently we're getting a proper Galactus, but I fear we're only gonna have him for like fucking 5 minutes. Why can't Doctor Doom be done? I swear to God, if fucking Marvel doesn't fucks with me in any way and we get a variant of Iron Man or it's just Robert Downey Jr. just wearing a green suit but not his face isn't fucked up. If this motherfucker shoots a spark, I may fucking die. Why this? Why is this motherfucker? First of all, where did he get that fucking cloak?
It was from his suit. It was from the remnants of his suit. And in the ship, they
He
also
made
have.
that big ass cloak from the remnants of that suit that melted.
Oh, and from
Okay.
the
All
ship,
right.
they have and like they have a lot of things on his belt for for testing and such like that. There is probably a tarp in there. It's probably just a tarp. It's
Okay.
still stupid, but it's
So when he wakes up, he of course fucking immediately kills the leader. And he's got essentially Jean Grey psionic green powers. And he just wakes up and starts tearing shit apart. He just starts melting people's fucking heads. And they come, Mr. Storm confronts him. Of course, he fucking kills him. And then the Fantastic Four, Fantastic Four, these four assholes are like, yeah, we got to stop him. Because his whole thing is like, that's my Earth now. That's my planet. So I'm gonna have that one eat yours. He goes back to the fucking thing. These four dickheads go and help. I mean, try to stop him. And it's just the stupidest fucking fight ever. I remember when I described this to Griff. He's like, he doesn't look that bad. I was like, oh, I remember Jeremy, one of my oldest friends. He was like, hey, dude, so this is. He sends me the image. It's a big ass green screen. There's nothing around. It's just this asshole wearing the dumbest shit ever with like a trash bag on him. And I remember at the time I was like, I was pro this movie. I was like, I'm sure they'll fix that shit in post, dude. Come on, man. It can't look that. It looks exactly the fucking same, just with the background Griffin's got there. That he's wearing a fucking Oh God, it's fucking horrible, dude. It's bad.
Despite everything Edward said, he still missed quite a few. There's so many bad things about this
See?
movie.
Shit.
There's at the beginning of the movie, this is one of my most hated parts about this movie. I hate it so much. So Ben has his siblings, right? I
Oh God, I forgot
hate
about that shit.
hate the fact that Ben's brother bullies Ben and uses the phrase "it's clobbering time" and then starts beating the fuck out of Ben.
And he really
And
does
then
start beating the shit out of him.
yeah,
And when his mom comes in there and smacks him, he's like, I didn't do anything. What the hell
and
are you
then
talking about?
why the fuck does the thing Ben Grimm use that as his catchphrase? That is terrible. That's fucking awful. And then how they get their powers makes no goddamn sense in the entire fucking world. So Johnny gets his powers because there's flames in his containment field when he travels back, and as they are rearranging their matter and teleporting, they get fused. Got it. The thing happens with rocks, but then okay, I can get it doesn't happen to with their suits. We can say they make some science so their suit doesn't merge into them. But then the American flag they brought with them, 100% should have merged with Ben. Anything else they bring should have merged with them. So why the fuck does it happen here? How the fuck does Susan get her powers? How does Reed get his powers from this? That just doesn't make any goddamn sense. And I think this may be the only time I say this for a movie. This movie, despite it being terrible, should have been longer because the plot falls
No,
apart
I did
so
not.
fucking
I did
fast.
not need another 5 minutes of this shit.
No, we needed like another 20 to 30 minutes
Oh God, no.
because this movie, let's separate it entirely from the comics. Let's just remove all of that. Everything until they came back from the planet made sense in their story. But then it just fell apart so fucking fast. Like the reason Doom wants to destroy the world makes no sense whatsoever. We need a couple of scenes to explain why. We needed some scenes with Reed once he came back, like just bonding with the team because they're all of a sudden just best friends when they get back to Planet Zero. We needed some development from these characters because there's just nothing. The entire movie spent trying to get them to Planet Zero. That once they get back, the entire thing unravels and it feels like it ends in like 15 minutes. It's so rushed and it's so terribly written. It just makes no goddamn sense. The more you think about it, the worse it gets. Is it's riddled with plot holes. I don't get it. I don't get why any of these four teamed up. I don't get why we needed four of them. None of it makes a lick of sense. And I guarantee there's more things we're forgetting that just doesn't make any sense. It's fucking a train wreck all around. Surprisingly, the most accurate thing here is the government, because the government does everything they would have done right. And this shit sucks so fucking much. The
Yeah.
actors did a good job. But other than that, it's shit. It's a
This
shit
is the
movie.
worst Fantastic Four movie to date. The worst.
It's one of the worst
Say what?
superhero movies to date.
Oh, absolutely. Say whatever you want about that very first 1994 Fantastic Four. They got Doom right. They got Doom better than this shit.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please go check out our Fantastic Four First Steps trailer reactions. We are very excited for that movie. And as Edward said, they better get fucking Doom right.
Please.